There literally isn't a better time to be alive than right now for someone like me with ADHD. And arguably, probably there's no worse time as well. I mean, the ability to create, build, anything, due to AI, obviously, generative AI as it stands, is quite crazy. Like, wow. I mean, the barrier to creating things, whether it's cost, skill, resources, etc., is just disintegrating. So all of a sudden, there's all sorts of implications for that across various industries, horizontal and vertical aspects of the world. Ultimately, this fascinating technology, that's what's happening. I mean, where to begin? If you go back to after the World War II, there was the industrial evolution, let's call it, where there was an innovation that disrupted the occupational workforce of the time. So like everything was physical, manual labour, whether it was factories, farming and that sort of thing. And robots came along and were reactive machinery that could do tasks quicker or more efficiently than humans, and therefore they were replaced and they were told to upskill and figure it out, basically. Fast forward to now, and you have this technology that's all of a sudden doing the same thing to those knowledge workers that were telling the physical workers to basically upskill and figure it out. And now, they're at risk, high exposure for any knowledge-based roles, computer science, mathematics, coding, bunch of roles, bunch of occupational hazards. So ultimately, the way it's going is you have this advancement in robotics and advancement in technology like AI and privacy-enhancing technologies, which will culminate to facilitate proactive systems that are capable of doing both physical and digital tasks for us. And the thing about proactivity is, rather than reactivity, is it's anticipating our needs. There's a requirement of the ability to act autonomously within the parameters of the guardrails. But the other factor is the context. We go back to the context, which is absolutely paramount. Prompting is a form of context, ultimately. And context engineering is, I think it was a term that was coined by CEO of Spotify or something. But, as I've experimented with AI over the last few years, particularly more intensively over the last few months, it's clear to me that the AI models are advancing at a rapid pace as the different providers compete on their race towards AGI, and the context windows have gone from thousands to now millions, which means that the models can intake almost 4,000 pages, as far as I'm aware, like the top models at the moment, stuff like Gemini and ChatGPT 4.1. So what that means now is having the context architecture well designed for your workflows is things that are repeated regularly is definitely worth it, is all I would say. So I will release more content on what that looks like. Stuff like I'm sort of prescribing it as the multi-dimensional what was it called? Multi-dimensional second brain framework. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, second brain, because essentially it's an extension of my brain across personal, professional and spiritual domains, so to speak. So yeah, stay tuned. What time am I on? 4 minutes 43. Yeah, follow me. I've been thinking in silence for a while. Now it's time to think in public.